Welcome back to It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 38. We are entering the top cut. I am Tao Panda, and joining me is Miss Pixie6.
Hello! We are here with the top cut, the first set here between Abject, Alibi, and New Name.
Yes, and this will be a best of 5. Starting off on Undertow Clam Blitz, which I have to say, no one has ever heard me say these words. Not one of my favorite map mode combos.
Shocking. I feel like Undertow is so underloved. It's not fair. Why don't these maps get love too?
It's because they're squishy. Undertow just feels squishy. It's cramped. You've got the tight alleyways on either side of the spine. So
How can it be squishy and cramped? That doesn't make sense to me.
Looking at the weapon loadouts from these two teams,
I love this, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like Abject Alibi has a lot of wiggle room here. Everybody plays a little bit of everything.
Oh, definitely.
But on New Name, we're seeing everyone kind of seems like has their role that they might play coming into this match. So this is going to be an interesting lineup.
Yeah, and there's nothing bad about that. Nothing bad about playing maybe a bit fewer weapons, but knowing that role really, really well. It makes for an interesting match between, you know, one team that may have a big pool of weapons and the other having a slightly smaller pool. We'll just have to see which one dominates their weapons better.
Exactly. It seems like New Name might have a backliner or two on their team, and so we might see some pretty good moves here on Undertow being the first map that we're going to be playing on.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Stell from New Name is going to play, because that array of weapons is quite the array of weapons. Like,
Yeah.
it looks like it could all be Slayer types, but then there's like the Brella in there, so maybe more midline? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their playstyle is.
Yes, it's definitely a wild card on Team New Name. But I'm excited to get this kicked off. The first top cut after a little bit of a break here at Off the Dial. I love being a part of this.
I'm really excited to see these teams. Like, the players, I'm not sure of any one specific player, but I know that there are some good names on both sides that know what they're doing, that have a lot of experience in the scene.
Yes, and Synapse on Team Abject Alibi, I believe, is also a DivX player.
Oh no.
So, who knows what we'll see here. Looks like both teams not necessarily rushing for mid, just kind of painting up, trying to take their own space, get comfortable here, maybe collect some clams. We do see an inkjet really quickly in the first 20 seconds here on Team New Name. Finds a pick, and that's the splashdown on Team Abject Alibi, so we won't be seeing a crab from them. But the crab on Abject Alibi gets taken out. 2 down on Team New Name. 3, it's a wipe, and now we just need the clams.
Goodness, sorry. I was so enthralled by this match, I had nothing to say. I was just watching. Now that we're seeing this, Abject Alibi is scoring now. They have the more aggressive position, although 2 of them do go down after their initial push. Let's see if New Name can try and get back into mid, collect some clams, get their first power clam in the basket.
Yeah, I don't know if even Abject Alibi was ready for that push. They didn't really have the clams. They kind of followed up. They threw a rain into the base of New Name, but they got to 62, which is respectable, but there wasn't very much of a coordinated effort.
Yeah, it seemed to me like they saw an opportunity and went with it without really realizing, oh, we don't have enough clams to make this a full, like a wipeout. But they're holding on here. They're able to keep their own side painted well enough that New Name just cannot get in.
Yeah, and both sides have an ink strike ready, though one team has used it first, Team New Name. They did find a pick, they popped a crab, but their clam carrier does get picked off by Synapse on the 52. Is that what we're seeing?
I believe you're right. Yep, that's Synapse. Now, I
Oh
was
boy.
waiting for that bow point from New Name to Inkjet there to try and push in, to try and be a little bit more aggressive, but it looks like Abject Alibi is the aggressive one here, getting 2 picks now from Synapse, and they get a power clam in, and they start to build their clams and score even more points here.
Yes, and I have to say, I believe it's the Nautilus with the rain follow twice in a row now, just across the base of Team New Name to try to keep them back. It might be a little bit too early, but their heart is in the right place, and I love seeing that follow-up. They got down to 25 here. Team New Name, I think, is kind of getting put on the back foot, especially with Synapse trying to set a very quick pace, very aggressive coming out there. They're putting up walls, they're finding picks, coming in at off angles.
Ooh, there's 3 down on Abject Alibi, though. New Name is in a good position to try and get a score here. Let's see. Oh no, and they missed the throw! Follow up!
They can save it! They got it!
Yay! They got it in! Oh my goodness, I was worried. Okay, let's see if New Name can get any more points here. It's a little tough because they are being blocked out by Abject Alibi. They're just a little too aggressive for New Name to fight against. It looks like this push may have ended here.
It did, but they have proven that they can get to the basket, they can take space, and sometimes that's all you need to get the little morale boost for your team.
For sure, they were down but not out.
Exactly. And looks like they're trying to collect clams. They have a little bit of a map advantage here. They did lose a player though. And this crab from Team New Name might be in an awkward position, but it looks like it is enough to push Abject Alibi back.
Which is good, because Abject Alibi had a lot of that map painted for a good 10 seconds. Looks like New Name is pushed up enough, though, to perhaps build a power clam over here on the left. Not sure.
Yes. I think they do, but they just lost 2 players.
Ooh.
Make that 3. They're a little bit staggered now.
Oh, and they're trying so hard to get that power clam back in, but they keep getting stopped by Abject Alibi. They're too aggressive. New Name needs to work together to be able to get that power clam in, and they just keep staggering.
Synapse is putting in a lot of work here. His teammates doing their best to follow up in a timely fashion. But they go 2 down. Team New Name said, no, no, no. That's enough clams out of you. We got 20 seconds left. Yeah. We're gonna try to take some map control now.
Alright, let's see. New Name has a power clam ready to be scored, but they are still far back in their left corner. It doesn't look like they have the ability to push up where they need to be. There is a special ready. Oh, sorry. There used to be a special ready. Let's see if New Name can get their specials together, coordinate a bit to see if they can get any more points here.
Oh no, their clam carrier has gone down. It's just the ballpoint right now.
Ooh.
They kind of need a little bit of a miracle. They're putting up a good effort though.
Oh gosh. Well, and there it goes. This one goes to Abject Alibi. Yeah, you can see from this overhead view how well painted it was by Abject Alibi. Even though New Name did try and push forward a few times, I think they just kept getting picked off before they could establish any sort of even a neutral game.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now that we've seen a little bit from both teams, coming in on Sturgeon Shipyard Splat Zones, do you think we'll see any comp changes from either side?
I think Sturgeon is set up close enough to how Undertow is, where the midpoint you could see it from different snipe points on the map. I think the same comps will come out. I don't hold me to that. I could be wrong, but I think the same comps could still work in this map.
Okay, actually, I agree with that. I was gonna say the same thing. We might see the wild card from Team New Name switch it up, since they do have quite a range of playstyles to work with. That's Stell on Team New Name.
That's true. I'm thinking I'm still gonna see the ballpoint, as Inkjet is really highly favored right now in the meta, and people seem to be relying on that to push in, to be more aggressive and to get, you know, the game changed in their favor. So if they don't pick ballpoint, I would be really surprised.
Yes, the inkjet with the range that the ballpoint has, it is really taking over, it seems like, in some groups. So I don't know, going forward here for Team New Name, maybe if they had a little bit more paint power.
Yeah, that could be. I believe that it was not the paint output that was their problem. It was more of the coordination and the getting picked off. So maybe if they tried to bide their time a little bit more, maybe try and do a coordinated push in rather than each one going in when they had their special ready, then maybe they would be able to hold this win.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now we're starting our second match. Abject Alibi is just up 1. It's a best of 5. It's still anybody's match here. Okay, both teams have finally made contact in mid. There is a super fast tacticooler thrown down on Team New Name.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of those in this tournament so far. The really fast tacticoolers just to be juiced up and be strong enough to hold against the enemy here.
Team New Name is not playing around this match. They got 3 down very quickly, painted the zone, trying to take control, trying to keep the snipe in the grape area, so they're looking at the grate area so they can look down on the enemy's courtyard.
Yeah, they're doing really well holding mid here. I'm really impressed. They're able to stop Abject Alibi from coming up their ramp, from leaving at all their court area. But it looks like Abject Alibi is trying to use their specials, trying to push in. It looks like on the left there that they're able to paint enough to distract. Maybe they'll come from the other side. Maybe they'll build specials, who knows?
Yeah, it looks like Abject Alibi just got a tacticooler. They're trying to follow up with some ink strikes, use it as cover, but they just lost their main lead front player.
I like that the camera went towards the trade there.
Exactly. And that is a quick, decisive win for Team New Name. They said, we are still in this.
Heck
Don't
yeah, they
get
are.
comfortable.
I'm so surprised by that they were able to get the knockout that fast. Oh my goodness, I'm shocked.
100-0.
Yeah.
That was impressive. That was beautiful.
Yeah, they did in this round what they couldn't do in the last round. They were able to get their specials together to hold off the other team. Maybe it is because zones doesn't, you know, exactly favor pushing up into the enemy space at all. They really just had to hold mid here, and that's what they did.
Yeah, and rewatching this beautiful opening where they just took control, they took out one after another from Abject Alibi, and then they just held the zone.
Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. I'm so happy for them that they were able to do that, because I don't know, I feel like being against a what is it, the DivX player can be really intimidating.
Yeah, for sure it can be. But they really pulled together on that one.
Yeah, now this could be anybody's game. Now I have no future predictions. This could go to anyone. Especially Wahoo World Tower Control. Oh my goodness. This is another one of those where I feel like everyone rushes to mid right away, you know, and then, you know, it's tower control, so you try and take the tower right away, but there's so many places where you can hide in the back and just snipe people off or be able to get picks, and it's scary. This is a scary map to me.
Yeah, it really is, because even if one team loses a couple players, if you don't see the other two in front of you, it's like, where are they? Are they lurking on a wall? Are they in the carousel? They could easily just wipe you from behind and you wouldn't have saw them coming.
Definitely. I feel like there's so many places to hide in this map. You could go under a carousel, you could go under ledges. It's just, it's so scary. You have to pay attention at all times. Oh, I'm not seeing the ballpoint back on Team New Name here. It looks like they're going for more of an aggressive position here with mostly shooters and then the end zap for support. And then on the other
all
side
shooters.
yeah, exactly. Abject Alibi though doesn't look like they've switched it up at all. Looks like they're staying true to what they know.
Yes. We're not seeing the 52 though. That is a switch up. And is this Abject Alibi we're seeing? No, this is new name. Starting off strong again.
I can't tell. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is new name that it has the tower right now. They just got past checkpoint 1. Looks like they're pushing up, far up into the enemy's area there.
Oh, wow, Soko dodging this Kraken! Oh my gosh!
At the last second gets taken out by it.
That was amazing. Team New Name loses 3 of their players, but they were able to get down to 50 just before the second checkpoint. They're trying to keep it alive. Okay, but the jump out.
Cactus.
Yeah.
Was able to stay alive even though the entire enemy team was up trying to retake the tower.
Okay, a little bit of a free-for-all here. Team New Name, though, gets 3 picks.
Oh, yep, 3 down on Abject Alibi. New Name definitely has the position to take the tower again, try and push it forward that much more. I'm surprised Abject Alibi hasn't touched it, lol. They haven't gotten any points yet. Oh my goodness.
I know. I think, New Name, after that first match, they were like, no. You're not gonna run this show.
Yeah, they're like, we can be aggressive
what we can do. Exactly.
This area seems to be pretty well painted by Abject Alibi now. They're not going to get... Oh! I spoke too soon. They definitely got picked off. It might be well painted, but again, as we were talking about, there's a lot of places to hide on this map, and New Name seems to be taking advantage of that as they're able to push forward, get even more points, pushing it to 45. Let's see if they can get the next checkpoint. They got the checkpoint too.
Yep, they're at checkpoint 2 now, doing a great job at keeping Abject Alibi kind of locked in their base, even though they are trying to come from the side, from the plat, from the ramp. They used their tri-strikes. They had someone on the tower. They had someone pushed up in front of the tower. They used a Zuka, and Abject Alibi, it's like they have no choice but to kind of run in, try to stall the tower as best as possible, but they're not letting them. Again, the tri-strikes, the Zuka. Is this the end?
Oh,
it is!
Let's go, New Name! I love the aggressive crab there at the end.
Yeah, back to back, taking 2 games from Abject Alibi.
Wow, I'm impressed. And on this minimap, as you can see here, New Name really just pushed forward and held forward that whole time. Abject Alibi wasn't able to take the tower or get anywhere with it, while New Name definitely held their ground on the enemy side there.
Yes, that was quite impressive, both these past 2 games. I just hope that Abject Alibi isn't taking it too much to heart.
That's
Maybe
true.
They'll get a little bit of a mental reset and get their coordination together.
You know what? I hope this motivates them. I hope that, you know, the 2 losses they just have is motivating for them. They feel revved up. They feel ready to take on the next challenge.
Yes. Yes, and here we see the crab again with the ink jet. I mean, not the ink jet, the ink Zuka, the ink strike.
I love a good aggressive crab, because when your back's exposed like that, it's so easy to get picked off as crab. But you know, when you have a hold like that, when you're that pushed forward, you just gotta go with it. You just gotta trust yourself.
Trust yourself and trust your teammates.
Yeah,
that they're gonna keep the enemy pushed back. So, coming in on Manta Maria Rainmaker.
Manta Maria. I'm gonna be like one of the only people who doesn't like this map, but I don't like this map. It's just, for me, it's too easy to stand on either the far left side or the far right side and just kind of pick people off from there, be sneaky around there. It's fun, I suppose, but I mean, I don't enjoy it.
Wow.
Everyone else can. That's fine.
It's valid, but it hurts.
It looks like similar comps. Ooh, a similar comp from New Name too. They do not trust the ballpoint anymore, it seems.
Yes. Okay, oops, all shooters all around, both teams. And it looks like Synapse has gone from the Gal to the Splash. So maybe taking a little bit of a maneuverability stance on this one.
Well, it seems like they really like the aggressive crab of New Name, that they're like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it this time.
It is compelling.
Oh wow, and they're doing it again. Or I'm sorry, that is Team Abject Alibi that has the aggressive crab this time. They did take a page out of New Name's book. They're using that crab to push forward, to hold forward, and oh my goodness.
Yes, the New Name tried to do for a third time the fast advantage, get a couple picks, push up quickly. They weren't quite able to make anything from it with this one. A nice rain coming across that gap from Abject Alibi.
Might have
Ren
been a little
doing
too
the
aggressive.
best they can.
I'm thinking New Name tried to be a little too aggressive there, that they saw the opportunity, tried to take it, but they weren't all in position. It looks like Abject Alibi is doing a little bit better coordinating, staying all together as a team, where New Name is just trying to get picks anywhere they can find them.
Yeah, and now with the Tacticooler coming out from Abject Alibi, they've taken control of New Name's bunker. I think they're in a pretty good position here to take this checkpoint.
Yeah, it looks like they did. They got that checkpoint. They're able to get more points than New Name. Let's see if they can push it forward now, even though... Oh, almost all of New Name is up. They got one pick, two down instead of Abject Alibi. Oh, and they get stopped on the right.
The quick little push for points there. Commendable effort from Abject Alibi. You never know when those few points after the first checkpoint will kind of lock in the lead for you, so I respect it.
Well, I don't think New Name had gotten the checkpoint yet. I believe they were about to score and then they got picked off. So,
yes.
Just because of the checkpoint alone, Abject Alibi had a lead. But you know what? You're right. Like, it's always better to get more points if you can than, you know, just hope that the enemy doesn't get that checkpoint.
The cheeky points, of course. The points for the cheek factor. And here we see New Name trying to take the checkpoint, which they do.
Ooh.
And
Oh
they
my
get a
goodness.
wipe on
No
Abject
way.
Alibi. How far will they get?
Oh wow! Oh wow! Let's see if they scored here. Oh, and they do!
Oh my gosh!
Oh, let's go!
Team New Name, they were not having it. He said cheeky points, how about game-ending points?
Heck yeah! Ah, that's awesome. We love to see the underdogs get their day.
Well, now I'm wondering if they were even underdogs at all.
That's true. Maybe they had
Maybe
the secret.
Undertow Clams just wasn't their
players.
map mode. I feel that. I feel
could
it.
be. What's nice now, they have something to practice now that they know where their weakness is.
Yes, exactly. And here we see the cheeky run.
Yep, the cheeky points, the cheese points.
And this beautiful control from Team
the
New
wipeout.
Name.
And after the wipeout, that push, that immediate last checkpoint to end the game, that was impressive to me. Because there's always the fear that after you get that first checkpoint, that the enemy team is going to group up, they're going to get together, they're going to build their specials to be able to stop any further pushing you can do. But that wipeout down on the side of Abject Alibi, it stopped them from being able to re-coordinate and to stop them from stop New Name from winning the game.
Exactly. Beautiful coordination. I feel like New Name increasingly pulled together as this match went forward, and so they will be advancing in this bracket.
Yeah, I suppose it is like that. Like, it seems that New Name has sort of adjusted to Abject Alibi's style, how they were going about their pushes, how they were, you know, staying together as a team, but still being able to get picks. It almost feels like the teams are mirroring each other with how they're trying to strategize, and it's making for some really interesting gameplay.
Yeah, it's very interesting and exciting to watch. And so I believe we're finishing up our matches here on this first round of bracket, and looks like we're gonna take a short little break and get ready for the next round.
All right, awesome. See you guys soon.